good afternoon, good evening. This is Coffee with Kevin, and I am Kevin, and this is my coffee. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, this morning it's really good. I hope you have a hot cup of coffee, a hot cup of tea. It doesn't have to be hot. It could be water, it could be juice. Whatever you're drinking this morning, to you in 2026. Mm. And I, of course, am Kevin, hypnotherapist. I'm an author. I'm a speaker, trainer. I've done all sorts of things in my life, and I'm actually very grateful for having the ability to do all those things. But I like to help people. I started this over 6 years ago for two reasons. One is I needed to get on social media and I needed to be consistent. And so every week for 6 years, I can't say we didn't miss a week. We missed a week or two. We missed a 9 o'clock time frame or two. Not many, not many. So I'm kind of proud of myself. But I did it also because I wanted to share. I wanted to share the kinds of things that I run into that I learn about that are very helpful in everyday life. And that's what I'm hoping is happening in, you know, in your everyday life. If you've been on here before, if you like that, I run into people that I never see in the comments. I don't always see things live, and I don't always see things afterwards. But I run into people that say, "Oh, I'm hooked. I I love this," and I never even knew that they were watching this. So I'm really happy, and I'm really grateful that this can be something that people can look at. Now, here's my cup today. I don't know if I've ever had this on the air. Think this is my wife's cup, but it's a beautiful, flowers, nice painted type of thing. It's really wonderful. Mm. But by the way, so is the coffee. So this reminds people, and it reminds me of springtime. We're not there yet, although you know I get a lot better springtime weather than I did when I was back up in Boston. Still snowing, and no one's thinking about springtime right now. They're hoping for it. They're not thinking of it. So springtime is, what are the flowers? The flowers actually make you feel happy, all the colors, all the beautiful scents. For most people, it makes them feel happy. It's a way to feel happy, and I've been thinking about that as of late. I've been thinking about, you know, what can we do to make us happy? When I say us, it's my wife and I. We're down here in Tampa, Florida, and my wife works from home and she doesn't get out too much. And so I get out during the week and I get to go see things and do things. And on the weekends, I think, wow, maybe we should do that. And that's what we've been doing. And even more so, even during the week, even as of late, as of the past, I don't know, few weeks or whatever, find myself doing silly things just to make her laugh, to make me laugh. And when you're laughing, and it doesn't matter whether you're laughing with someone else, someone or yourself, you feel better. Now, I'm not suggesting, by the way, not suggesting going laughing at people. But you laugh at yourself, you laugh with people. And all of a sudden you're feeling better. And there's a lot of science behind the fact that laughter actually creates certain chemicals in your body that make you feel better. And so even science behind it. But when you're feeling better most of the time, more than not, how's that? I'll go with that 50%. When you're feeling good more than 50% of the time, you're doing good things for your body. You're going to doing good things for your mind, and you're actually going to stay young. You're gonna look younger, feel younger when you get in the habit of doing those things. And I'm in the habit of doing those things. Sometimes I'll embarrass my wife or whoever I'm with because I'll do things. I'll make funny noises, funny voices, or I'll just start dancing. There was one time, with my kids. We were driving around. I stopped on the side of the road. I made sure it was It wasn't that busy, but there were people going by, and there was some good music going on in the car. I stopped, I got out, and started dancing. Who does that? Crazy people or people who love to feel good about themselves and about others. And so, yeah, it's all about finding those opportunities to laugh at. And I'll say it again, laughing at yourself if you're not with anyone, or even if you're with someone, laughing at yourself is pretty cool. Because if you can laugh at yourself, you can laugh at the world, right? So the world sometimes will make us cry. The world sometimes will oppress us. And you don't want to be that way all the time. You don't want to be that way anytime, actually. So the more laughter you can have, the more joy you can bring into your life, even if going in, being in with some beautiful plants, beautiful colors, beautiful scents, just making yourself part of something that's beautiful. Mm, yes. So if you haven't done this in this year yet, if you haven't made moments for yourself and for others, made moments. I have a reputation. I was telling dad jokes before I knew there was a such thing as dad jokes. And I probably would be the poster child for dad jokes when I was raising my children. I like dad jokes. Dad jokes um, rhymes with bad jokes. And yeah, yeah, I can't say that some of my jokes that I purposely tell are bad jokes because they are. But that makes people laugh too, and that makes people go, "Ah," and they do it in a funny manner, they do it in a lighthearted manner, not in a painful manner. So, yeah, have those moments, plan to have those moments. You can plan these moments, they don't have to be on the spur of the moment. They don't have to be just impulsive. I think of the places we went to Clearwater Beach yesterday, and it was 50 degrees, but had high winds, so it was like wind chill was like in the 30s. And we were walking around. I didn't have my shorts and t-shirt on. I actually had a light jacket on, which um but we were walking around enjoying that. I was out on the sandy beach and it's white, so I was sending pictures back to my family and back in Massachusetts saying, "Look, I got snow too." Having fun, having fun, doing fun things. And then again, they don't have to be big, they don't have to be expensive. It's just to have moments where you can laugh, just to have moments where you can laugh and enjoy. Matter of fact, I find the simpler things are the more fun things. Yeah, granted, there are some stuff that cost some stuff and thinking of going to a concert or two, whatever it is, and they can be fun. But when you can make that fun yourself, it's so much better. It's worth so much more than the highest paid ticket you'll have. So have some fun. That's what I want for you to think about, the things you can do to have some fun this week. Let's see what we have for quotes today. Because that quote from Victor Borg, that quote that was there a moment ago. Sorry about that. That was motivation. So I want you to be motivated to have some fun. Laughter is the shortest distance between two people. Victor Borg is one of my favorites. I used to watch all the reruns of his shows, and he was an incredible pianist, and I guess he was an orchestra leader, but he was a comedian, and he loves slapstick and things like that. It just make you laugh. And what he figured out is to connect two people. Laughter is the shortest distance between two people. I try to do that with my lovely wife Brenda all the time, is make her laugh. and I feel that's my job in life is to make her laugh and then make other people laugh when they're around. Action is the foundational key to all success. Wow, how did that get stuck in here? I guess I must have missed that, but we'll laugh at that one because the action I'm talking about is purposely finding the joy and the laughter in the moments, purposely finding the joy and the laughter in the moments that you're in. That'll be the action in the joy. Okay. Joy does not simply happen to us. We have to choose joy and keep choosing it every day. Interesting concept because I'm talking to you about making it yourself, making those moments. This is saying we have to choose joy. And it's true. I tell you every week, I want the best for you. I want you to have a phenomenal day. And then I say, and I know you can make it that way. That means you choose to make it that way. So you can choose joy and choose it every day. Find the things, even if it's just as simple as a beautiful, joyful looking cup. No, granted, I know that things that make people happy are different for everyone. That's why you have to find what's making you happy, and you have to find what makes you laugh and others around you laugh. Joy is not in things, it is in us. This is key because we always look externally for joy. And I gotta say I'm one of them. I gotta say I'm one of them. I'm looking saying, "Okay, do I wanna go should we go on a cruise? Should we go on this and that?" We look externally, and I know it's easier that way. But when it comes to me, I can find the joy. I can find the joy easily every day. I can find the joy the second I look in the mirror when I get up and I make faces at myself. I can make myself laugh. I can find the joy. And you can too. Find find joy in the journey, not just the destination. Again, this is a reiteration of what we just said. A lot of times for we look for what can make us happy. Really, it's us that make us happy. We don't have to. We don't have to go out all over the place to find the joy. We can find it right in ourselves, wherever we are. Yay! Joy multiplies when it's shared. Oh, I love this. That's about making people happy, making people laugh. You can do that. Share your joy. Get people excited. Get people happy. Get people laughing. Okay. That's what I want for you today. That's what I want for you this year is to figure out how to find the joy within you, how to find the joy in your journey, how to laugh at yourself. A lot of us get down on ourselves. A lot of us kick ourselves. And I'm one of them. For the longest time, I was kicking myself. The thing that would make me the most angry is the things about me, the things I would do that I would regret. And I'd get angry and I learned to shut that off through laughter. I learned to say and do silly things that would make me laugh. And it shut the anger down like that. Because then I reframed. I looked at myself and said, what the heck? Am I trying to gain 60 seconds in getting someplace faster? 60 seconds, because that's all it would be. That's all it would be. And you know, I my thought process would go all over the place until it was made myself sound ridiculous. And then I laugh. You can do this too. You can do this too. Or find someone that makes you laugh and stay with them as long as you can. Get together with them as long as you can so that you get in the habit of finding funny things in life. Sometimes we're much too serious. Sometimes you're much too serious. I'll go back to high school. I think it was junior year of high school. I had a friend. He was a nerdy, nerdy, nerdy type. He was a genius, though. He was a genius, and he always had a sense of humor. He always had a sense of humor. So his father passed. He asked me to be a pallbearer, and we were at the wake. And he's looking down at his watch. He said, "Oh, my father lent me this watch. I love this watch. I guess I don't have to give it back to him now." And he started laughing, and had me crack up because here we are in the most serious place, and it's his father. It's not mine. It's someone so close to him, and he's breaking up the tension with laughter. And I learned to do that myself, and I've done that myself in some very serious times where the tension was so thick in the room, and I just said something and cracked up something, um, and just broke that tension, shattered like glass. Anyway, that's that's it. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Thank you. I just got my phone delivered. Not sure why I needed it for this, but thank you very much. Anyway, it is find things to laugh at. Find things to have fun with. Bring the joy in your life. Don't look for the destination. Don't say, "Oh, I can't wait until September when we go on that trip to Disney World. It's going to be so much fun. And I'm not going to have any fun until I get there." Don't wait. Find it in the journey. Find it in the journey. Make fun of your mistakes, even the serious ones. Find a way to make fun of them. Maybe it's just making fun of them to you. Maybe you don't want to insult anyone, but make fun of it. Have fun starting with yourself, and then you can share the joy. Create the joy, and then when it's right, share the joy. Anyway, January 20th. We're already into the year. It's been an incredible 3 weeks. I'm not going to rush this year. I'm not going to say, I can't believe it. It's like it was yesterday. It was January 1st. I did that last year because the year spun on me. And I'm not going to let it go spinning and go real quick. I'm going to enjoy the moments. I am going to make the moments. I am going to love the time this year. All righty. That's been it for this week. And until next week. So I got to ask, did you like this week? Look at that. Look at that. Everyone, all three of them, all three of them loved this week. Did you have fun this week? Yes, I got new toys. I got new toys. I love my toys. Um, find some moments to find the joy. Find some moments to laugh. Find some moments when you're by yourself. Because that's where it starts. Find some moments when you're by yourself to make yourself laugh. Find some moments to find the joy in the moment. And then have an extraordinary day. Have an extraordinary week. Because when you start doing that, you're going to find you are having that extraordinary time. All right, all. Until next week, next Tuesday. You never know, from time to time, I surprise you all and I have something on another day of the week, depending on what's going on. But until next week, you have an incredible, fantastic time. And you know how to do it. You know to make it for yourself. Take care. Bye.